Leave me alone. I'm busy farming. Actually, I'm hand pollinating the flowers on my tomato plants. That's right. I said I was hand pollinating my tomato plants. All right. I have to say a very special hello to Kay and Piper. That's right, Kay and Piper. I heard from your father, Mark, that you guys are fans of our YouTube channel. In fact, Mark, who I used to work with, he's a great friend. He tells me at breakfast the other day that Piper said, "Leave me alone, I'm busy farming." And there you go. I say no more. Biggest compliment I ever could have got. And this is the reason why I'm motivated to film another video. Today we're going to talk about pollinating the plants, the vegetables. So you just saw me hand pollinating the flowers of my tomato plants. They need to pollinate in order to form a fruit. This can be accomplished by me manually hand pollinating them, or they can be open pollinated, and that's when birds or bees, butterflies, the wind causes the pollen to pollinate the flowers. When I talk about pollinating the fruit, there's pollen in here. And when I touch it with the toothbrush, the vibration loosens the pollen up and causes it to actually pollinate the fruit here, and that'll cause it to turn into a tomato. If it did not pollinate, we wouldn't get any fruit or any tomatoes. All right, so even though these plants are outside, I actually started using this technique when I grow inside my greenhouse. But I found that if I come along here and just give them a little touch every now and then, that helps guarantee I'm going to get more tomatoes pollinated than if I leave it just up to the bees and the butterflies and the wind. That's not to say they won't grow fruit. I'm just taking out a little insurance policy by hand pollinating, and I find it very relaxing. Now let me show you an example, Kay and Piper. The flower here was pollinated, or at least over here, and it formed a tomato. Actually, I have two. You can see this one right here. It's pollinated. The flower has closed up, and I pull that out, and there's a very small tomato starting to form here. Same with this one. Now, sometimes the pollination is not good, and this will actually die off. So it's a very crucial part of the growth of a tomato to get a really good pollination so that it forms a nice healthy fruit. So that's the process. Let's go take a look at some other ways that I help ensure the success in pollination of my plants. Okay, Piper, Camden, a minute ago I told you when the pollination process works and the plants are pollinated properly, that's the results you can get. This is a multi-rack of cherry tomatoes. That's what I call success. That's the goal. We want the flower to pollinate and form the fruit. From there it grows, and then it'll ripen, and then it's going in my mouth because they're delicious. I almost forgot to say hello to Camden, my nephew also. So, Kay, Piper, Camden, let's talk about ways we can bring the pollinators around. That would be birds, bees, butterflies. Here we go. Okay, Kay, Piper, and Camden. This is a sweet almond plant, and it'll form a flower-like growth. It smells amazing. It's a very sweet aroma. When the wind blows, I love to put a chair here and just enjoy the fragrance coming off of this. Part of that now causes butterflies and bees to be attracted to this sweet almond plant. So the goal here is to bring those pollinators around to my garden area that'll then make their way over to the tomato plants, the eggplants, and everything else that requires pollination. So it's a strategy that gardeners use. Oh, look at these beautiful red plum, not quite ripe yet. This plant here with the red flowers is called a red Turk's cap. It also will attract the pollinators, and what's nice about this plant, it's edible. So you pull the end off and you can eat it like a honeysuckle almost. So that's another plant that I planted. It is edible, but I put it there to help bring those pollinators, because without the pollinators, we'd never have any fruit growing. So bees are very important, so we have to protect them. Otherwise, we'd be hand pollinating everything, and that wouldn't work out so good. Okay. What's that? Leave me alone. I'm picking a nice ripe peach. Okay. If that's not enough reason to get yourself a white peach tree, delicious. This tree is loaded with peaches. Boy, I feel like I'm rich because of all that I have growing in my garden. Sorry, I need to take another bite. And I have to be careful because it's so hot outside, my camera keeps turning off because it gets too hot. Fantastic, spectacular. All right, I'm going to take really good care of you beautiful tomato plants, because I love tomatoes and black Suriname cherries. I want it all. All right. Kay and Piper and also Camden, I want to thank you guys for supporting our channel. It means so much to me. I can't even begin to say thank you enough. I hope you've learned something today about how plants actually form fruits and how important it is to have the birds, the butterflies, the bees, insects, wind, and if necessary, a toothbrush to hand pollinate. That's how things grow. All right, it's hot out here. I've got to finish doing my landscaping. I didn't whip an edge just yet. And then after that, I want to jump in the pool. So, Kay, Piper, Camden, you know what I'm going to say, right? Leave me alone. I'm busy farming and having the time of my life. Thank you for watching.